The Air Force is currently looking for some pretty hardcore individuals. So if the thought of ditching the office and jumping out of planes or scuba diving sounds more appealing, or if you ever watch one of those survivalist TV shows and you thought to yourself, yeah, I can do that, then I got the dream job for you coming up next. Survival, evasion, resistance, escape, otherwise known as SERE. A job where you literally teach people how to survive. I mean, when you're teaching them, you hope that they never have to use this training a day in their life. But in the event that they need it, who knows? You may save someone's life one day. Hey, Jody with the Y. Quick question. How can I teach someone how to survive if I don't know how to survive? That's a great question. Funny, you may ask. Before you can become an instructor, you have to go through and complete the exact training you're going to be teaching. So I'm about to break down what you will learn in the SERE course. But keep in mind that a lot of this stuff is classified, so there's just some things that I can't talk about. Survival and evasion. This portion of the school is where the majority of your time is spent. While here, you will learn about wilderness survival, like how to craft fires, construction of improvised tools, preparing animals for consumption, and how to purify water. They also try to encompass a wide scope of natural climates. You will learn emergency first aid, navigation skills for land, camouflage techniques, evasion techniques, and an assortment of communication techniques. Once you complete the survival and evasion portion of the course, you're going to move on to the resistance and escape. So let's try to imagine that you're on an Air Force mission and you get captured by the enemy. You're going to need to know how to handle yourself in capture. And you're also going to need to know how to escape if there's a potential for you to escape. So the resistance and escape portion of the course is going to tell you basically all about how to handle yourself in the event that you get captured. And that's honestly about as much as I can go into that portion of the course. Like I say, a lot of this stuff is classified, so I can't go too deep into what happens during that portion of the course. And lastly, you have the water survival portion of the course. And during this portion of the course, students are taught skills to enhance their ability to survive in an aquatic environment. So you're going to learn all about aquatic emergency first aid, ocean ecology, and how to maintain aquatic equipment. All right, so once you guys finish the SERE portion of the course, then you move on to learn how to become an instructor. And that's when you teach everything that you just learned from the SERE course to your future students. Oh, hey, Jody with the Y, it's me again. Quick question. What if I don't know how to teach? That is another great question. The Air Force isn't just going to throw you into a classroom and say, here, now you got to teach it. They're going to slowly teach you how to become an instructor, kind of build your confidence and make sure that you can control a classroom environment and teach it the way most comfortable for you. All right, Jody, it sounds good. How do I get started? All right, so keep in mind that this job isn't for everybody. It's a really hardcore job, and only a select few people are actually going to make it through the training. So if you're trying to challenge yourself, or if you always challenge yourself and this sounds interesting to you, then you would call your recruiter and schedule an appointment. You would have to go to MEPS, you would have to score 55 on the ASVAB, and you would also have to have a qualifying physical when you go into MEPS. Once you're in the delayed entry program, you're going to have to take a physical ability stamina test, otherwise known as the PASS, with your recruiter. And keep in mind, when performing the PASS, they are very specific about the workouts. I mean, super specific. All right, so quick story. When I used to recruit, the first person I actually had take the PASS test, I can remember when he walked in my office, he had this long blonde hair. He was all ripped, had muscles and stuff. He comes in, he sits down, and I say, all right, so what interests you? And he's like, oh, the gym, I like working out. I'm like, obviously. So I'm like, you into something hardcore? You want to try something hardcore, try to push yourself? He's, of course. So I didn't even question the guy. Like, I didn't even think that I didn't even think it was possible that he couldn't pass the PASS. I mean, the guy looked like he should have been in a magazine. So we scheduled a PASS test, and we get there, and they start doing the workouts. And the whole time he's been working out doing the form the way he works out. He had no idea, and I didn't have any idea, that there was a specific form that they wanted you to do when you went there. So needless to say, this big old swole buff guy did not pass the pass because he didn't practice the form right when he worked out. So I'm about to show you guys how to do everything the right way, so when you go take your pass, you don't have any problems when you get there. All right, so when you guys get there, you're going to be required to do a couple different exercises in order to pass the pass. And for SERE, the first exercise of the day is going to be 8 pull-ups in under 2 minutes. Watch the form here. You guys will not be able to go halfway down. You guys won't be able to go halfway up. You're going to have to go all the way up until your chin is over the bar, and you're going to have to come all the way down until your elbows lock. Like I say, you can't have a bend in your elbows or else they won't count them. If you're doing them wrong, you're going to be going up and they're going to be counting like 1, 1, 1, 1 until your arms lock and until your chin gets over that bar. So practice these pull-ups the right way. After you finish the pull-ups, they're going to give you a 2-minute rest period. After that 2-minute rest period, you're going to go immediately into your sit-ups, and you have to complete 48 sit-ups in under 2 minutes. Watch the form. You're going to have to interlock your fingers and put them behind your head. You cannot put your fingers anywhere else in your body. They have to remain behind your head the entire time. If your hands come from in front of your head, then the exercise is over. So you have to keep your fingers behind your head. And then when you actually come up, you have to try to bring your chest as close to your knees as possible. And then when you come down, you want your shoulders to touch the ground. You cannot rest on the ground. When you come down, you have to come right back up. There is no rest, period. You can't come halfway up. You can't go halfway down. It has to be a full motion. You can't jerk your hips up to get some momentum and come forward. Your hips have to remain on the ground. Like I say, these exercises are very specific, so practice them this way. And then after you finish those sit-ups, you're going to have 2 minutes of rest period again before you go into your push-ups. You're going to be required to complete 40 push-ups in under 2 minutes. And these push-ups, like the rest of the exercises, are very specific. So you need to get into a push-up position. Your body needs to be straight. It can't be bent up and it can't be slumped down. Your body has to be straight like a board. And then when you go down, your arms have to break a 90-degree angle. They can go to 90 degrees or they can go past 90 degrees, but they have to at least break 90 degrees. Once you break the 90-degree mark and you come back up, your arms have to lock all the way out before you can go back down and do your next push-up. They will not count your push-ups if your arms are bent slightly in any kind of way. They will not count your push-ups. There is no break during a push-up except in the push-up position, meaning you can't take your hands off the ground, you can't take your feet off the ground, you can't put your butt in the air, you can't slump down. The only rest position for the push-up is in the push-up position. The moment you take your hand or your foot off the ground, then the exercise is over. It is imperative that you guys practice your exercises like this, because if you're not doing them like this, they will not count them when you go to the actual workout. After you finish all of those workouts, you're going to have to go on a 1.5-mile run, and you have to complete that 1.5-mile run under 11 minutes. If you complete all 4 components of this test, then you have qualified yourself for the SERE job. And this job is open to both women and men, but they keep the workout standards the same between both genders. So if you think you got what it takes, then call that recruiter right now and tell him you on the way. If you like this video and you would like to hear more about Air Force lifestyle and benefits, then do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, go watch some of my other videos, and stay tuned for more. Like I always say, stay beautiful, stay classy. Check me out.